Georgia football's road to the SEC championship is now clear, and the Bulldogs are headed to Atlanta for the December 7th showdown at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. After wrapping their SEC schedule, Georgia secured its spot in the title game thanks to a series of upsets on Saturday night. The Bulldogs clinched a berth when Oklahoma shocked Alabama with a 24-3 victory, and Auburn followed up with a dramatic 43-41 win over Texas A&M in 4 overtimes. These results paved the way for Georgia, which is 9-2 overall and 6-2 in the SEC, and has a chance to compete for the conference title. The Bulldogs will face the winner of this Saturday's matchup between Texas and Texas A&M. Georgia already has a win over Texas, defeating the Longhorns 30-15 earlier this season. However, Georgia did not play Texas A&M in the regular season, so their opponent will be unknown. That said, the Bulldogs are poised to be formidable opponents regardless of who they face, with their strong defense and playmaking ability throughout the season. Head coach Kirby kept his focus squarely on his team when asked about the SEC championship picture following Georgia's victory over UMass. "Yeah, I'm worried about Georgia Tech," he said, brushing aside concerns about other teams or scenarios. "That's all I'm thinking about. I could care less about anybody else but my team and how we get ready in 6 days for Georgia Tech." This reflects Smart's mentality, as the Bulldogs look to finish the regular season strong and then shift their attention to the SEC championship. Georgia's focus on the rivalry game against Georgia Tech is critical as they enter this final stretch. A win over Georgia Tech will ensure the Bulldogs keep their momentum heading into the SEC title game. Georgia's defense has been one of college football's most consistent and dominant units this season. The Bulldogs have been suffocating opponents with their physical play, and their ability to stifle opposing offenses will be critical in the upcoming SEC championship game. Georgia's offense has also found a solid rhythm, with quarterback play improving and the running game continuing to move the chains. With the SEC championship now within their grasp, Georgia's next task is to take care of business in their final regular season game. Although the Bulldogs have already secured their spot in the title game, a win over Georgia Tech will keep them on track and ensure they enter the SEC championship with confidence and focus. The upcoming SEC championship game will be a significant test for Georgia as they look to add another conference title to their resume. The Bulldogs will likely face a formidable opponent, whether it's Texas or Texas A&M, but they have the talent and coaching to make it through to the college football playoff. As for Kirby, priorities are firmly set on Georgia Tech first. "We've got to focus on the task at hand," he said, "and that's getting ready for Georgia Tech. Once that rivalry game is complete, all systems will go for the SEC championship. With a conference title on the line, the Bulldogs will give everything they've got to ensure they have a shot at the college football playoff." In conclusion, Georgia has secured its spot in the SEC championship game thanks to a few critical upsets on Saturday. With a strong finish against Georgia Tech and a championship matchup awaiting, the Bulldogs have everything to play for in the coming weeks.